So UFC Fight Night Vancouver just ended. Reiner De Ridder versus Brandon Allen, and Brandon Allen, big win for him. Big win for Brandon Allen. Took this fight on 2 weeks' notice and be defeated by Reiner De Ridder by round 4 TKO. But wow, Reiner De Ridder though, that was one of the biggest quitting performances I have ever seen. Anthony Smith's Lionheart name actually suits him now. His name actually suits him now. After that, Reiner De Ridder, my God, that I have never, in all the fights I've ever watched, I've never seen someone gas to that extent. This was worse than Jairzinho Rozenstruik and Shamil Gaziev. It was worse. He just gave up. He couldn't do anything anymore. He was horribly gassed. And I'm gonna go through this fight right now. So Reiner De Ridder and Brandon Allen. Like I said, Brandon Allen wins by a TKO by Reiner De Ridder quitting. And in round one, Reiner De Ridder takes down Brandon Allen, controls him through the entire round, hitting some shots, going for submissions. Clear round for Reiner De Ridder. Clear round, 1-0. Round two, same situation. Reiner De Ridder takes him down. Brandon Allen ends up reversing the position, gets on top of Reiner De Ridder, and near the end of round two, starts pounding on him. Or I think like the last 2 minutes, starts pounding on Reiner De Ridder. Round two ends. Reiner De Ridder looks gassed. He gets up. He gets up very slowly, by the way. Very slowly, he just gets up and then goes to walk back. It took him like a few seconds to get up. Round three, Brandon Allen again gets taken down by Reiner De Ridder. Same position. He reverses Reiner De Ridder once again on top, controls him for the entire of round three. The rest of round three, same situation as round two, and then boom. Easy round three for Brandon Allen. Round four, at the end of round three, actually, though, again, Reiner De Ridder gets up, gassed, like just gets up. It takes him a few seconds to get up and go back to his stool. He looks like disheartened. And then round four, Brandon Allen just sees the exhaustion on Reiner De Ridder, and then he just goes and picks him up and slams him to the ground. And then for the rest of the round, Brandon Allen just doing his thing, controlling him, doing what he wants to him. Round four ends. And then we go to the stool. Reiner De Ridder looks lifeless. Reiner De Ridder looks lifeless. He's just sitting on the stool, and I'm like thinking to him, I'm like, damn, we're really gonna see a round. Like, how is he gonna win this fight? He's gonna get up and fight Brandon Allen right now, and then we're gonna he has nothing left in him. Doesn't look like he has anything left for a last rally to try to beat Brandon Allen, but yeah, then the referee stops the fight. The referee stops the fight due to Reiner De Ridder not being able to continue. He was too gassed, and yeah. Great win from Brandon Allen, TKO win. But that says a lot of things about Reiner De Ridder. I think before he came to the UFC, he did have a situation like that where I don't remember if he got TKO'd by, I don't know if you remember he quit by punches or he was just gassed. Yeah, that changes a lot of narratives for me about Reiner De Ridder. I don't think he would have. Anthony Hernandez would have mauled him, I think. Anthony Hernandez would have mauled Reiner De Ridder. If you're a grappler and you take Reiner De Ridder down and you're controlling it for majority of a fight, and he's going to get gassed. He's not going to last. We saw in the Robert Whittaker fight, he didn't have the best gas tank. And since Robert Whittaker isn't a grappler, though, Reiner De Ridder is. So he can get away with that stuff, like dealing with Whittaker. Like, he can hold him up against the fence, do what he wants to him in the grappling. So it won't be like, he won't be totally screwed. And he won that Whittaker fight, but just very, very close, though. Razor close fight. I thought he won. Anthony Hernandez would have mopped the floor with him. I think this is how it would have gone. Reiner De Ridder does his own thing in round one. I think he would be winning the first round, just like the Brandon Allen fight. And then Anthony Hernandez would just pull out his inner Marab. Anthony Hernandez is the middleweight Marab. He's the middleweight version of Marab, just infinite gas tank. just we saw the Roman Dolidze fight. That guy is scary. But yeah, Reiner De Ridder, I think, would have gotten destroyed by Anthony Hernandez. He would have been just mauled, taken down, controlled. He would be lifeless. And yeah, there's a lot of I don't have any faith in him winning a world title now. The Dricus Du Plessis fight is out of the books now. I think Khamzat Chimaev would have absolutely mauled Reiner De Ridder. We've seen Khamzat Chimaev in that DDP fight take him down multiple times around and controlling him for an entire round. DDP's trying everything he can to get out of these positions. DDP barely looked gassed for 5 rounds. Reiner, like people talk about how bad DDP's gas tank was. He was getting mauled for 5 rounds on the ground, not mauled, but like taken down multiple times around. He did not look like Reiner De Ridder in this fight. Also, just broken. Reiner De Ridder just looked so broken. Had like a welt growing on the side of his face. But no, great performance by Brandon Allen though. Took this fight on 2 weeks' notice. And yeah, Reiner De Ridder though, he would have been mauled by Khamzat Chimaev. I don't think that's a really intriguing fight again. He'd probably do get it against him maybe in like the first round and in the first round unless he gets taken down to his back, getting controlled, and then if he ends up surviving, he'd just be gassed. I think it'd be easy work for Khamzat Chimaev. Yeah, one of the worst gas tanks I've ever seen. Quit the Brandon Allen fight due to that. And yeah, Anthony Hernandez would have, I think, mauled him. And the matchups to go with after this, I think we should do Brandon Allen versus Sean Strickland 2. And I'll explain why in a second. Do Reiner De Ridder versus Kyle Bahalio, and then do Anthony Hernandez versus Israel Adesanya. Brandon Allen, I think, should fight Sean Strickland the second time because I would say do Brandon Allen, Anthony Hernandez now, but Anthony Hernandez just beat him a couple fights ago, and I don't think they're going to do Anthony Hernandez any favors by letting him jump up even further in the rankings because he did pull out of this fight 2 weeks ago. And I think they should let Brandon Allen get another shot at Sean Strickland. I really think they should do that. He took this fight in short notice after having a war with Marvin Vettori in July at UFC 318, I believe, or 39. No, it's 318, yeah. And yeah, do him versus Sean Strickland 2, do the rematch. I think Brandon Allen deserves it. Took this on 2 weeks' notice. Had a bit of a rough patch recently after that big win streak he had, but now he's back. He's winning fights. And yeah, great win for Brandon Allen. Do him versus Sean Strickland 2. Reiner De Ridder, yeah, do him versus Kyle Bahalio. And since Anthony Hernandez, I don't think I think he should still fight up in the rankings, because he is like, you're not going to make Anthony Hernandez fight down fight down. He's been mauling everyone. I think do him versus Israel Adesanya. I think do that fight. Him versus Israel Adesanya. And yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with DDP though. If Reiner De Ridder won this, you could argue him versus DDP would have been the fight, or because Imavov would have gone a shot. But this screws up the middleweight division now. This fight, Reiner De Ridder winning this fight would have made the middleweight division, I think, go better. But now we're in a bit of a pickle now. They're probably going to do what they're going to do is DDP's either going to sit out and wait for a rematch with Chimaev, or they're going to do him versus Nasruddin Imavov. If the UFC, if they just don't give Imavov the title shot, they'll do him versus DDP. But likely that's not going to happen because Imavov definitely deserves the title shot. So I don't know what's left. I don't know what's next for DDP now. They're not going to do a Sean Strickland 3. I don't think Brandon Allen deserves a DDP fight yet. And Anthony Hernandez is definitely not going to get any favors and get jumped up all the way to fight DDP. Yeah, so this is a bit of a tough one. Most likely, the matchup that makes most sense would probably be him versus Imavov, but that shouldn't happen though because Imavov deserves the shot. So DDP might have to sit out for a while, in my opinion. Might have to sit out for a while, and yeah, well, After that performance, though, Anthony Smith's Lionheart name actually fits him. Reiner De Ridder just, wow, that changed the whole narrative about him, in my opinion. Like I was seeing him possibly becoming like a middleweight champ, world champ, but like though I was seeing him becoming the middleweight champ, but after that, wow, he just cannot. If you are really if you're really good at grappling offensively and you're just controlling, he's gonna gas out. Anthony Hernandez would have just destroyed him. I think it would have. Now I realize it probably would have gotten the same as this Brandon Allen fight. He just wouldn't have anything left in him. We know the pressure of Anthony Hernandez. It wouldn't go good for Reiner De Ridder, and I'm worried about what's going to happen in his future and in his UFC career. But yeah, that was a one of the biggest quitting performances. But great win by Brandon Allen, good for him. And yeah, that is the end of my video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.